Alright, and we're back, and we're doing it. We're gonna rank all the games we've played so far in the order that we played them. So let me make that very clear.
I think this is a good way to cap off our,
1 year just about too.
Yeah, this is a
through our
good
games.
1 year video, I'd say.
I don't entirely remember the order in which we played. I kind of just remember the first game we played, and that would be
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
And I gotta say, I mean,
It was
I can't rank it any higher than a C.
really, so I almost agree with you. It's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game. There's nothing wrong with it. But would
I
I spend
think-
my time playing it in my free time?
The original game was better.
I have no mark on that
I
whatsoever.
do because I played it, but then you gotta take into account this game had multiplayer, so we were able to play it together.
We were able to
Is
play.
that enough to bump it up to a B for you?
No, that's what gets it up to a C.
Ugh.
Look, if I was still a kid, I would spend so much time, and if I was a kid, I'd put it at A tier. But as an
You
adult
know-
with only a certain amount of time to do things,
You know-
I can't go higher than a C tier.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You know what? You got me there. Alright, the next game we played was, I believe, Jack 1.
I think that was Jack 1 too, and I'm going to, again, can't go higher than a C tier.
Nah. No, we're not doing that one.
I can't
First
go higher
up-
than a C tier.
First up, no. Jack 1 is a masterpiece.
I think
it
it's
is
a
the
great game, but
I,
look at the games that came after it that were just so much better.
It is the game I primarily speed run.
Yeah, it's good speed running, but I mean, like, as a game in and of itself, like, replayability, and okay, I guess speedrunning gives it replayability, but, like, things to do once you beat the game on one save file, or just, like, going back. Just the story itself was lackluster comparatively. The gameplay, it was simplistic, and it's great, but
I will give you B, but I'm not going any lower than
I
B.
can do B.
I will not go any lower than B for Jack 1. The next game that we played, what do I have here? Do you remember what the next game
Got it.
was? It Sly?
Dang clue.
It might have been Sly.
Might have been Security Breach.
I think we played both of those at the same time.
I think we did too.
So let's put Sly up next. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. A great game. I feel like the gameplay though was a little stale for modern time at least.
I don't know. I mean, for the same reasons you want to give Jack B, I want to give Sly B.
I'm not saying
It's
that I
just
want to
like,
give it a bad rating.
The
I love
story
the Sly.
is so much more there than it is
The
for
Sly
Jack, if you
games-
ask me.
The Sly games are also very nostalgic for me. So I'm fine putting this anywhere above C.
Yeah,
Like-
I would give it a. I would give it an A.
No.
I definitely
I
think
wouldn't
it's a
give it
solid-
S, but it's between A and B.
I think I'd give it a B.
I would say closer to B.
Just
and
because, again, like, it's an older
it
game
ranks-
that ranks really high up for older days, but if you bring it into modernity, it's
and it
it's not
ranks
the same.
lower than Jack 1.
I don't agree with that.
That
I
is-
will never win
yeah.
that argument.
Yo, you won't, because Jack 1 is a masterpiece. And speaking of masterpieces, we're on Security Breach.
You will not get me to go any lower than an A.
I can almost completely agree with that. I would not go lower than B, but Security Breach
Just so much fun. It got me
It
into
really
the FNAF
was.
series like I never thought I would ever play it.
Yeah.
Just because
It
the
has
way
to
the
be an
culture that
A.
surrounded it when I was a kid / teenager just made it seem so cringy, and I wanted nothing to do with it. But that game
Yeah.
actually got me to give it.
Security
it got me
Breach
to
is
care.
definitely an A tier game.
It was fun.
But next up we have, I believe we started Rack, Sly 2, and Jack 2
I think
around
we were doing
the
that
same
all at the same time. I think we started Rack at the end of all of those. I think it was the last one we started out
Yeah.
of those.
So let's just jump into Jack 2.
F
Jack
tier.
2 I don't think we agree on that, and I don't.
For the combat and the amount of times
Oh
I
my
died and the fact that I
God.
just couldn't play the game.
Oh,
But I'll bring it up to a D tier because
The
the story was really
frustration.
good.
the frustration.
The frustration.
The frustration is real.
The
for
frustration
me,
is
because
real.
I know the 100% speedrun route for this game, and it is a living hell.
the story was really good, but the game itself made me want to kill myself.
It is definitely lower than Jak 1, I will give that. I don't think I want to go lower than C.
I don't want to go lower than C either.
Okay.
But I would make
I'd put it ahead of SpongeBob.
just barely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Sly 2.
Sly
Masterpiece.
2. I think I'd go back
put,
with a B or an A.
I would put it up above Jak,
above Jak
and
2.
below Security Breach. But
Definitely,
does it
but
deserve
I don't know
an
if it
A?
deserves an A.
It's like I'm torn, but I think it deserves a B.
I think it does too. I feel like I want to give it an A, but then it deserves an A.
It was a great game, and I can't say anything really bad about Sly 2. It was a really good open world stealth game, and it was definitely better than Sly 1, but it's in the same tier of games, I think. Sly 3, though, when we get to that.
Good.
Sly 3, when we get to it,
Yeah.
amazing.
Did we haven't played Sly 3 yet?
No.
For some reason, I kind of thought we did, but no, we didn't. Sly 2 is just longer than I remember it being.
Yeah.
That game was actually kind of long, but in all the best ways.
Next
And the
up,
Bentley of it all. Ugh.
Rack 1.
Rack 1, I
Oh
want to go with like.
God, lack of checkpoints.
The game didn't need checkpoints.
Oh wait, no checkpoint. Jak.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
No,
checkpoints
for no
in Jak
checkpoints,
2.
put it beneath Bikini Bottom. Like, are you kidding me? The frustration in that game is
I
so
know,
real.
But it was still better than.
No, I mean it has to be, but like it made
Alright.
me want to commit soup.
Rack 1.
It's above Jak 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. But Rack 1, I think Rack 1 is a solid game.
Rack 1 is a really solid game.
Like, I think it
But
honestly
it's
is
such, like,
pretty.
I would not give it an A.
I think it's up with
I
Security
do not.
Breach.
I would not put it up there.
Like, the
I think it's a
story
good
in Rack
fun.
1.
The story's
You gotta
good,
think
but it's like
the
a nice.
storytelling for that time.
Yeah, I mean, but the storytelling for that time also you have to put Sly up there
Yeah.
too, and I definitely would rank Sly 2 above that for sure.
Yeah.
I think
we
I'd
can
put it
put
right
it
there.
between Jak,
I can agree with
Jak
that.
1 and Sly
Quite
2.
easily.
I think that's a fair thing. Okay. Next up, we are coming towards the end of this, actually.
Did we start?
I think we will
now?
throw Jak 3 on there. Jak
Okay.
3 is,
A.
Jak 3 is an S tier game for me. But,
You might have me at S. I just don't know if I can put it above or below Security Breach. That's the real
it's
thing.
better. Think about the time this came out compared to when Security Breach came out, and how good this game is for
That game, even for now, is so good.
Exactly.
I don't know if I can give it the S, but I won't argue that it's at least an A.
It's
we can leave it up there. For
high A, low S at the minimum.
Yes,
Like
high A.
top tier of A.
It's so good.
Maybe at one point when we add new games
I
to this,
really enjoyed
we'll
it.
drop
it was
it.
not nearly as frustrating. The story was there.
So let's cut into Ruin, because we played that a while ago. That was a long time ago. We played that, like, I think between Jak 2 and 3. Or during, like, Jak 2, I think we played it. Ruin?
I don't know if I want to give it a B or a C.
It was not as good as Security Breach was.
It was just like a fun, quick playthrough. But
I
like,
know.
the torture,
I
like the
think it
fear
was-
was not there. What Ruin really had was the story implications
Ruin
at the end.
Was very linear.
It was linear, and so I can't give it higher than
I'd say
I'd say
can't.
C.
I can't give it higher than a C. I don't think.
I don't
actually.
think so. Yeah, I think C. It still beats
Like-
Jak because I didn't want to kill myself while playing it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And then let's just do FNAF over here, and then we'll finish
Yeah.
off with Spider-Man.
I can agree with that.
So FNAF 1,
B.
really
Solid B, because
Solid
it's a
B?
classic. It's just there's
solid B tier. Okay. So where in B tier are we thinking? I think it's definitely better than at least Jak and Sly.
yeah, but I wouldn't put it above. I don't know if I might put it above Rack 1, but I definitely wouldn't put it above Sly 2. It's somewhere
I can
in
agree
that
with that.
area.
I can agree with that actually. Yeah. FNAF 2 with the Freddy mask, and so my issue with FNAF 2 is it is a very RNG based game because of Toy Bonnie. I have attempted Night 6 since we tried it before. Since we tried it a couple weeks ago, and it is Toy Bonnie is making me want to strangle my computer.
There is only one, two, maybe a second game that I would be able to rank above the original FNAF as far as FNAF games go.
Do
and
we
it
agree
is
that
not.
2 can go in D tier?
2 can go in D tier.
Okay, and FNAF 3,
A D or F.
I have bad memories.
It just it wasn't.
FNAF 4 though.
FNAF 4 I could rank above FNAF 1.
Really?
I like that. The fear was there. The story was like really.
Would you
in
rank it up near Security Breach though?
Not quite that high.
Above Sly 2.
I might.
Can we agree
actually.
with that?
I might be
I
able to
think
agree with that
above
because
Sly
like it was
2.
really there. It
Sister
had-
Location. No, let's keep
Wait,
talking
I'm
about
not done
Sly
with
4.
4 yet.
Yeah, let's talk about 4 for a second.
It was really fun. Like it had every key element from a FNAF game. Like it was more complex than FNAF 1, which it needed to be this late into the series.
I agree.
But it didn't try to overdo it with everything. Like it was simple enough. The story was there, and like even the graphics, the way they went about things was good.
Yeah, I do agree. FNAF 4
Like
was
the concept was just so
really
terrifying.
good. And
That
those
was the most
animatronics.
terrifying game of any of the FNAFs. Was FNAF 4.
Wait until I tell you about the lore implications
look
that
at-
came out with the last book.
Like look at the freaking screaming we did in that game.
That game was
It
that
was,
game freaked us
it
out.
was fun though. It freaked
Oh,
us
yeah.
out in a fun way.
I agree.
I liked it.
Alright, so Sister Location.
Sister Location, I gotta put that around the original just because like the way they changed up the formula and everything, and the story was good, but the actual gameplay of it all, I don't know if I could rank that too high. Because
So-
like to end off the game, like to
Sister
get the ending, you
Location,
had to.
much like Ruin, struggles from a very linear storytelling.
But it tells the story better than Ruin does because at this point,
Yeah,
it's the
I
first
agree.
time we've gotten something
I
like
agree.
this. Like
I
Ruin
think
is
It is definitely
It comes
between.
after freaking.
It's definitely
Security Breach.
between 1 and 4. I think it's better than 1.
But yeah, I think I'd have to give
I
you
think
that.
right there is a good spot for it actually. Before
It's
that-
really
little
close
worse,
with 1 for me.
a
It's
little
really
worse than
close.
Sly 2, but definitely above.
It's really close with 1.
Okay. Pizza Sim is. I'll be honest, man. Pizza Sim is an S tier game.
Pizza Sim was not an S tier game.
The ending, dude.
The ending was good, but you can't rank an entire game on the ending. If you did that, Ruin would be higher.
You know, you're not wrong. It's A tier at the minimum, though. I think.
Pizza Sim,
I love Pizza Sim. I think
I
the different aspects of the game than what we were seeing in other
want
games.
to argue with you a lot. I really didn't take into consideration Pizza Sim when I was talking about the other games, like Pizza Sim, but it's not better than 4. I mean, look, fun-wise and just the stupidity of it all.
Oh yeah. I think.
Like if you give
Look,
it, if
we were two idiots who share a single brain cell. We only have one brain cell combined.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
It's true.
If we really look at the entertainment value,
and
I
we
can rank
ran
it
a
higher.
pizzeria.
I can rank it higher if we're just looking at it purely from an entertainment
yeah.
value, but if we're looking at it from actual gameplay and
I'm
story,
looking at
I
it-
can't give it higher than
I'm
the
looking
original
at it
FNAF.
from all three of those
I
categories.
can't give it higher than the actual
Gameplay,
FNAF.
story, and enjoyability. I'd say it goes no lower than A.
I
but
can't
I
give
think
it that.
it's an S tier
I
game.
can't give it higher than the original FNAF.
I think it is better than Security Breach.
I do not, and will not even come close to agreeing with that. You're nuts.
All right, well let's do this. So I think we can agree that 4 deserves to go up. Then.
Yes. Okay.
4 deserves to go up to an A tier, and maybe even Slide 2. Slide 2 might deserve to go.
Slide 2 might deserve the A
Yeah.
tier.
And then this can go like right above FNAF 1, between FNAF 1 and Sister
I can
Location.
give you that. I can give
Okay.
you that just because of how stupid and pure like
Okay.
our enjoyment was while actually running the pizzeria.
And now, the game that we did not get a chance to actually do our... Or no, we did our... No, because you had to leave during the credits. So we really didn't do our
we didn't.
post...
We
like-
kind of did.
We did a little bit, but...
Oh, by the way, S tier.
Yeah.
The best game we played.
I can agree with that,
God,
honestly.
you cannot.
I can agree with that.
When this game first came out, and like my brother had gotten a PS5, and I went over there to, God, I don't even remember what I was doing, but it was like midnight, and I was like, I'm just checking out his PS5. I opened the game up. The next thing I know, I'm playing in his room.
For
And
6 hours.
He gets up, and he's like, it's 6 a.m., you need to go home. And I go, oh, Okay, I guess the sun's starting to come up. I guess I'll finish this level and go home. And that was in the manor, the Craven's Manor. I just finished like feeding his tiger.
Oh.
That's when he woke up to like tell me you gotta go.
So
home.
that's where you were when.
Yes.
That's where we caught up to you.
That's where we caught up to me.
Because
So
you
like,
never actually told me where you
I
made
just
it
kind of
to.
forgot just because I was enjoying it. Like that's the thing of the game too. Like I enjoyed it so much. That was the first
Yeah.
all-nighter I have pulled playing a video game on accident,
Honestly,
and I don't know how long.
of all the games that we have that we are still planning on playing here pretty soon, right now we just started Rack 2. That might already be up before I end up putting this video out, but I don't know yet.
I want to say the last game I got that close to enjoying was Legends Arceus, and I couldn't even pull an all-nighter playing that game.
Yeah. Legends Arceus is something that we need to play
I need
together.
to play that again.
We need to
That
do
game was
another one
so
for that.
fun.
We need to do a Soul Link for that.
I lost my copy of it though, which really upsets me.
It's gotta be somewhere.
I don't know. It could be anywhere.
Borrow
One of my brothers
Noah's.
could stolen it.
Yeah, just borrow Noah's
I know it might have digital though. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difficulty. I did, but I know I had the game.
Yeah.
I beat that. I caught Arceus at like the 40-hour mark, and that was within a
Yeah.
week of playing the game. Or 2 weeks tops. I had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, yeah. That
But
game
that,
was
I
amazing.
don't know why we're
To
talking
be
about
fair-
that. That's not even what
Yeah.
the point of this tier list is.
No,
We're
no.
getting sidetracked.
I'd say this is a really good tier list for all that we've played so far. Some more game. We're gonna start adding to this every time that we finish a game. So at the end of the finale of each game,
We'll just go straight to this,
Yeah.
and then like it'll cut to this, or maybe we could make this like our epilogue episode of our games, because we still got to get through the credit. I vote we make this our epilogue episode. We'll see what happens. Actually, we'll see.
adding a game to this list is only gonna take us like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but if we're talking about it fresh off of the game,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens when we actually get there. I'm voting epilogue for now, but we could just add it to like next to the credits as the credits are playing.
Yeah, like as
We'll
we're
see what
playing,
happens.
like we can overlay this over the credits, even while we wait for credits to end. And then if something happens, I can just cut this off. Cause
We'll talk about that more when we get to whatever
Either
we get
way,
to next.
I gotta go to work. Nick's gotta go home.
I have to go eat.
We'll see you guys next time.
Adios.
Bye.